We're here to share some very exciting news about Tempe this afternoon. And I know the news is already out there, but we wanted a chance to highlight it and celebrate it a little bit more ourselves here today. First, I'd like to welcome everyone here, friends, family members that are here, and I include city employees as family because I think it's very, very important. I want to welcome everyone here today because we have so many great things to celebrate, and we're very proud to call Tempe our home. Tempe is a place where we all like to live, work, whether we like to visit. We're very proud of everything that we have in our community called the City of Tempe. We have a number of people who want to say a few words, so let's go ahead and get started. But afterwards, I would like to make sure that everyone knows that we're going to have some refreshments over here to my right after the comments today. About a year ago today, Tempe learned that it made the Human Rights Campaign Foundation's Municipal Equality Index. We got a score of 72 for how we are doing on issues regarding LGBT. And as we all know, 72 is not a bad score, but we thought we could do a lot better. And after all too many communities across the country, they have scores less than stellar. Some even have single digits. But Tempe, we had 72, and we weren't just satisfied. So Tempe's never satisfied, and a score of 72 was not good enough for our community. And thanks to the commitment of our city council and our staff, we knew that we could even do better than what we've done before. And this year, with the 2014 Municipal Equality Index, the City of Tempe earned a score of 100. Let's hear it, 100. That's a perfect score, and we could not be more proud of that number. Here in Tempe, we have a long-standing commitment to diversity and inclusion. In 1999, we were one of the first cities to provide domestic partner benefits for our employees. And just this year, we approved an anti-discrimination ordinance, and Tempe voters cemented it into place by voting overwhelmingly to add anti-discrimination language to our city charter. Now, that's something to be very, very proud of because it was a citywide effort, and we received a vote, what was it, 68%?
71.
71%, over 71%. And we couldn't do it without everyone's help, our employees, our residents, and our very own Human Relations Commission. So I'd like to recognize Frank Morales is on our Human Relations Board. I'd like to welcome Frank. Thank you for coming. And to expand this a little bit further, in all the progress and the commitment we've made, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Councilmember Corey Woods, who has worked extremely hard on this issue this year. Councilmember Woods.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Well, today is truly a monumental day in the history of the City of Tempe. The gathering of people and organizations at this press conference illustrates the commitment of Tempe and its partners to continue to support diversity, inclusiveness, and acceptance of all who choose to live and visit our great city. When we first learned of our score of 72 in the 2013 Municipal Equality Index, we immediately set out to understand what we needed to do to commit real, tangible improvement. For Tempe, our council, staff, and citizens, this was not about points. This was and continues to be about our commitment to all of our residents to treat everyone equally when it comes to employment, housing, or who you love. I want to take a moment to thank some of the people who made this day possible. To Mayor Mitchell and the entire City Council for unanimously passing a non-discrimination ordinance earlier in the year, and then for referring Proposition 475 to the ballot, which was overwhelmingly approved by Tempe voters by 71%. To the Diversity Office, Rosa Inchowski and Ginny Belusik, along with City Attorney Judy Bauman, who worked so hard doing background research and crafting the language that would eventually become law right here in Tempe. To our community partners and champions for justice, Equality Arizona, the Human Rights Campaign, One Community, Lambda Legal, and Brendan Mahoney for all of their efforts in supporting Tempe and other Arizona communities in the fight for equality. And last but certainly not least, I have to take a moment to thank our residents. When the non-discrimination ordinance came before council during 2 public hearings earlier in 2014, not a single resident came and spoke in opposition. That, combined with the overwhelming passage of Prop 475 in August, speaks volumes about the incredible people we have in Tempe and about the values that exist here in our community. Thank you again for being here today. I now want to introduce our city manager, Mr. Andrew Ching.
Thank you, Councilmember Woods. Thank you, Mayor Mitchell. It's really just a tremendous honor to be here today to speak about this significant accomplishment for the city to go from 72 to 100. Councilmember Woods is right. It's not about the numbers, but if it was about the numbers, I would point out that out of a possible score of 100, it's normalized down to a maximum of it. If you look at our score sheet, we actually got 111 points. We actually went above and beyond, which I think is symbolic to me because that's a reflection of the sort of community that Tempe is. A progressive community that cares about the values of equality and inclusion. But to serve a community like this as city manager and as the head of this organization of employees that serve this community, you can't really serve a community and do justice to it, a community like Tempe, unless you also share and reflect the values of equality and inclusion. And from being one of the very first cities in this state to recognize domestic partner benefits up to our highly active and very involved Gay Straight Alliance group of employees that's reached out to similar groups in other neighboring cities that don't have organizations like that, to the work that Councilmember Woods and Mayor Mitchell talked about to make sure that anti-discrimination and inclusive language was not just in our city code, but in our city charter. It's exactly why I feel when we think about equality and inclusion at this city, we've truly walked the talk. And it's important, I think also from my perspective, to say that there is no difference of opinion between how management feels about inclusion and equality in this city, but also the employees. And I have the pleasure of recognizing Jackie Awishkos, who's here on behalf of UAEA, one of our employee groups. We have Brad Whitley here from Tempe Firefighters. I thought I saw Keith Burke here from our Tempe Supervisors Association, and the representatives here from the Tempe Officers Association as well. All four of our recognized employee work groups here in the city of Tempe have the same values. We are one organization that all share the same values of inclusiveness and equality. And on this day, with this perfect score, there is no greater way for me to express that than to say, you know, as city manager, how proud I am of that level of commitment. So thank you very much, and I would like to introduce from Equality Arizona, Nathan Roten and Catherine Alonzo.
Hi, thank you. It is just our extreme honor to congratulate Tempe on this fantastic score and all of the actions and hard work that went into making it possible. Equality Arizona advocates for the equal rights and protections for every Arizonan. And the truth is today that in a lot of Arizona, it is completely legal for you to be fired or thrown out of your home because of who you are. And every day in every city in Arizona that's the case is too long. And each day and each city that makes just tremendous steps forward is so important and vital in protecting the quality of life for the people of Arizona. So congratulations, Tempe. We are so proud to have been a part of this work and look forward to great things to come. And with that, I'd like to introduce Sheila Clefcon, who sits on the Board of Directors for the Human Rights Campaign.
Today's a really special day for the Human Rights Campaign because it's the day that the Municipal Equality Index was announced. And for me personally, although I sit on the National Board of Directors, I live in Tempe. So this is a particularly exciting day for me as a resident of Tempe to know that my city stands for diversity and inclusion and is providing the kind of environment that will help continue to make Tempe a world-class city. So let me talk to you a little bit about the background about the Municipal Equality Index. It was started 3 years ago, and it is an effort by the Human Rights Campaign, the largest LGBT civil rights organization in the country, to set a standard for cities in how we treat our residents, how we treat our employees, and how we treat our visitors. And it's been a watershed report in a lot of ways all across the country. So this year, a record number of cities were scored, 353 cities. Just 38 cities scored 100 points in the whole country. And fortunately, Tempe was named one of the all-stars, and Tempe's Mayor Mitchell will be profiled in the report that you can download at hrc.org/MEI, hrc.org/MEI, as really one of the leaders in the whole country. So Tempe is leading the state in terms of leadership on this issue. Tempe is leading the country on this issue, and I'm just so proud to call Tempe home. Grateful to the City Council for your leadership. Tempe is today the only city that has taken these issues to the ballot. And not only did they have the courage and the leadership to take it to the ballot, but they won by 71%. So this is truly an historic day and really an exciting day for Tempe as it leads not only our city, but our state and our country. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Angela Huey from One Community.
Good afternoon. It is truly an honor to be with our friends from the city of Tempe today, and we congratulate you on your perfect 100% score on the Municipal Equality Index, and for ensuring that the city of Tempe celebrates, respects, and protects all of the diverse citizens who work and play in this really remarkable city. You know, research from the Williams Institute shows that cities and towns who celebrate and protect the diversity and inclusion of their citizens have better outcomes. And the same holds true for employers who have positive LGBT supportive policies in the workplace. They report a greater job commitment, improved health outcomes, and increased job satisfaction, and not just for their LGBT employees. The overall satisfaction of diverse and inclusive work environments also provides better productivity and solutions. So doing what's right in a city like Tempe, like they have done in celebrating and protecting all of our diverse communities, it truly is good business. And the city's perfect score on the Municipal Equality Index will help Tempe attract new businesses and attract and retain top talent, which will work and live in the city of Tempe. It will promote goodwill, commerce, and a positive brand for the city of Tempe. If we want to truly attract and retain top talent and new businesses to the city of Tempe and to the surrounding areas of Arizona, we must truly be open for business to everyone. Our sustainability and economic viability rely on celebrating our diversity and respecting and protecting all Arizonans. Today, we celebrate the city of Tempe for being true leaders of equality. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Stephanie Nowak from the Tempe Tourism Office.
Good afternoon. It's our great pleasure to be here as a partner with the City of Tempe and to congratulate everyone on this great achievement. You know, sometimes I think it's better to have a quote from somebody else who's not from the city. It's not one of us talking about all the wonderful things that we know exist here. One of the things that we do as we promote Tempe as a tourist destination is we work with travel writers and journalists from all around the country, and we host them throughout the year. And we have been fortunate to host many LGBT journalists from across the country in various publications. And I'd like to share a quote with you from Edge Boston, which is one of the online publications. And one of their journalists visited us, and this is what he said: "With the welcoming attitude of the city and the wide range of activities, it's easy to see why Tempe has become a hot destination for gay and lesbian travelers." And that, I think, is a great tribute to all of us in our city, and we are so proud that we are able to host journalists of this type and that they recognize and they honor us for what we've done. At the Tempe Tourism Office, over the years, we have been a consistent, and I'm so proud of this, a consistent vocal advocate for equality. And we have demonstrated that commitment in really a variety of different ways. We have sponsored diversity training for our own tourism staff, as well as at hotels in the city of Tempe. We, of course, have included in our own Human Resources Handbook anti-discrimination policies, and those have been in place for years. We were a visible supporter of the city with the passage of the Anti-Discrimination Ordinance. We are a proud member of the Greater Phoenix Lesbian, Gay, Lesbian and Gay Chamber of Commerce. We have participated in many marketing partnerships, and our staff works tirelessly each year at the Gay Pride events. And as I already mentioned, we host journalists from all over the country. Tourism is really about inviting and welcoming guests to our home. And in this case, what we're really talking about is that our home is our city. And we are so proud to be able to say that everybody is welcome here. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. And as you've heard the speakers, you really heard of all the partnerships that we couldn't do this without everyone's involvement. And I can't stress that enough. I want to thank the residents of our community, our city employees, and our boards and commission members. And I failed to see, I think we have Kathy Dietz is with us from the HRC as well. I just want to recognize Kathy for what she's done for our community. As I wrap up today, I'd like to spend a minute looking towards the future. You know, some communities might think that a score of 100 on the Municipal Equality Index is an ending place, a sign that we've reached the pinnacle of achievement and we don't need to do any more. Well, that's not true. We don't do that here in Tempe. Just as we weren't fully satisfied with the score of 72 from last year, and we're not going to be satisfied to rest on our laurels as we move forward. I know that our city will continue with our partners to look for new ways to create opportunities and take down barriers for everyone, and we will need the support of our community members like you. And we have a slogan in Tempe where together we are better, and that really does strike home, because together we are better. I also would like to, on a personal note, thank Neil Giuliano, former mayor, for what he's done in equality issues, not only in the city of Tempe, but throughout our country and with his leadership. And so today, let's enjoy the well-deserved recognition for Tempe, but let's also quickly get back to work and see what else we could do to increase our score even higher than what we scored this year. Because we all know that our community is a very diverse, a progressive, and inclusive home for all. So thank you very much. And we'll be around to answer any questions, and there's some refreshments over here. It's getting a little warm out. It went cold to warm, so thank you all very much for coming out. Sure. If we can get a group photo, everyone that's standing